how to become the go-to agent in a particular neighborhood. Hi, my name is Roxanne Govari with Pemberley Realty here in San Diego, California, along with my partner Santiago Guerin.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Looking
All
forward to this really good topic that we have today for all the agents. Becoming the go-to agent. Everyone wants to be the go-to agent in their neighborhood, so we have an expert of the neighborhood expert here, Roxanne, who's been in the business for 25 years. So she's the go-to here in University Heights and all of this area here in San Diego. So I got a few questions to ask her to get us some insight on how to become that go-to agent in your neighborhood. So,
right. So, where do you want to start?
well, first of all, what for you? What's the biggest, most important thing you need to do to become the go-to agent? Because there's different methods that you can do, like reaching out to people, cold calling, uh, going to events. Those are things that have just come up to my mind. But what do you think is one of the most important things that you need to do?
I think the first and the most important thing that you can do is first set yourself up in the neighborhood that you want to work in. So the very first thing that you do is to pick the neighborhood that you want to work in. Uh,
Okay.
in this case, for example, we're saying University Heights is the neighborhood that I want to work in, right?
Hmm.
Or want to work in. Now, um, when you first start as an agent, um, uh, you can't really pick like 1,000 homes.
Yeah.
You want to start small, and then you want to go from there. So if you think about it, an average agent, according to NAR, National Association of Realtors, sells about 7 per year. So let's try to double that. The double of that would be 14 homes a year, right? Let's triple that. That would be 21 homes per year.
Yeah.
Uh, so on and so forth. And if you're an agent and you're selling 7 homes, 14 homes, 21 homes, then you are a great agent and you're earning a great income, right? So that being the case, now how many homes do you really need in order to get to that number? And I'm going to reach out and grab my handy dandy calculator because in my experience, um, you know, out of whatever number that you're working with, you can expect about 1% of those people transacting. So if you go after 100 homes, then you're talking about getting one home for sale, right?
Yeah.
Um, so if you're going and I like to be conservative just so that I can work them the smartest way possible. Meaning that if I say out of every 100 homes that I'm reaching, I'm going to get one listing, then I'm being conservative. I could be getting two, I could be getting five, but that way I can be more conservative and figure out exactly how many I can, what's the minimum that I can earn in order to survive in the business,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
So then if the average agent wants to sell 7 homes, right? And you want to get those 7 homes out of just your farm, then how many homes do you have to farm
For 500 homes,
for 7 transactions? How many?
700. 700.
700 exactly. So you'd have to have 700 homes in your database, right? Um, uh, and when we're saying in your database, or in your geographic farm,
Yeah.
right? And why do we call it a farm? We call it a farm because real estate farming is very, very similar to an actual
Crops.
farm, because a farmer basically sets an area, right? They set an area, and then they basically work that area, and they plant the seeds, and they weed it, they water it, and they take care of the whole thing on a yearly basis. And then how often do they harvest?
Probably like once a year.
And you know what? This is very interesting. So I'm going to actually ask our friend ChatGPT, and I'm going to ask ChatGPT, how often does a farmer so how often does a farmer harvest throughout the year? Let's see what ChatGPT has to say about that. So annual crops and multiple harvests per year, some fast-growing crops. Okay, so this is what they say. Many staple crops like wheat, corn, and soybean and rice are harvested once a year. And timing depends on planting season and climate. And fast-growing crops like lettuce, radishes, and some grains in warmer climates, they can be planted and harvested multiple times per year. So that's basically how you do it. Now, you know what's really amazing to me about farming?
Yeah.
That, have you noticed? Let me see if I can find some images of farms. Let me see if ChatGPT will give us some images. If not, I will go to our handy dandy Google, and let me see if I can look up some images of crops, because that's what I think. Yes, this is exactly what I want to share with you. So let me share my screen and tell you exactly what I'm talking about. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. What strikes for you about this when we're talking about farming? What's the most striking about this for you?
Yeah, it looks like homes and like streets. It looks like a neighborhood.
Interesting that you say that. Okay, and what else about that? If we're talking about precisely about farming, what's striking to you about that?
That you gotta maintain them.
No, that is absolutely true. And you see, farm workers are working and maintaining the farm. What's striking to me about the farm is that if you look, these farms are all very much the same in the sense that they're all very orderly.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you think about it, and if you compare that to what we do in our business, if we are not setting up systems, and if we are not doing things very orderly, then we can't be successful in farming either.
I agree 100%.
Right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So you don't ever see a farm that doesn't plant stuff in a straight line, right?
Yeah.
Like this. So same goes with farming. You can't ever farm like, okay, I'm going to farm this area today. I'm going to farm that area tomorrow, and I'm going to the other area the next day, and I'm just going to jump around and zigzag, and that's not going to be a successful farm, right?
And then for those that might not know, like they hear you got to farm areas, what exactly it is that you're doing that is considered the farming, what are some examples of those things that you do that basically make up that farming system?
So one of the most important thing, which is a close partnership between us and the United States Postal Service. So we basically pick our farm according to the Postal Service's routes, right? So we find out the routes within an area. So I'm going to actually go now to the map and pick a map and just show you within a map how we would set it up. So this is this is the area that we are, and I'm going to pick our office. So 4645 Park Boulevard, which is our office. So right there is our office. So let's say we pick an area, and that area is right around our office. This is our farm according to the Postal Service, right? So according to the Postal Service, this is the area that they're going to basically deliver to. Let me see if I can pick an area off of Google. 92116 zip code. Okay, so this is actually, this might show us. So so this is actually a really good map, and these zip codes are sometimes they are huge. So but if we pick 92116 and help me find that on here, 92116, which is actually right around here, but it's really tiny. So for the sake of this video, let's pick this one that's nice and big, and it's prominent. So we'll pick 92065 as the zip code that we want to farm. And let's say that that the route for the post office is this whole entire yellow area. So we pick that as our route, and then you can, according to your budget, now you can pick that, and you can start once a month or twice a month or 3 times a month. You mail something to them, and then you layer it with other things, the other activities that you do. You can get involved in some local associations. You can get involved with a local school. You can get involved with you can find other agents that have listings in that area. You can start calling the people in that neighborhood. You can ask those agents whether or not you can hold the open houses for them in those areas. And so slowly you just get yourself known in that zip code. And as you get yourself out there and you get yourself more known in that area, people are going to start noticing who you are, and then you can start drumming up business out of the farm that you're working in.
Yeah, and what about what the importance of door knocking? People get a lot, us agents, we hear a lot about door knocking. What are your thoughts on door knocking in your farm?
So door knocking is one of the layers that you can add to your farm, right? So if I keep on feeding the neighborhood with my advertisement, then they're going to start to get to know me, but they don't know me personally. So if I then go around and door knock and try to get to know one-on-one some of these neighbors, now I'm not just a face on a postcard. Now I'm actually an actual person. I have a face-to-face with the person. I'm able to talk to them and build personal connections with people. And that personal connection is going to make me more memorable, make me more likable, and as a result, bring more business. One thing that is super important is understanding that this is the long game, right? You cannot. I was having this conversation with one of our agents that you can't just come into the business and expect within like 3 months people start trusting you and giving you business. Just because you start sending postcards, or you're sending videos, or you're on social media, or any of that. This stuff takes time. It's You're building trust, and trust is the most important currency for us real estate agents, and
Agreed.
that's time.
Yeah. And what about those agents that are kind of scared to jump and do door knockings, that are like, what am I gonna tell if a neighbor comes out when I'm dropping off some of my flyers? What would you tell those agents that are kind of that's like setting them back from actually going to go do it? What's some words of advice that you could give them?
The first thing that I would say is to find a partner. That a partner could be your child. That partner could be your husband, your wife, your best friend, your colleague, team up with another agent. Any of those could be partners that you choose to go door knocking together. Okay, it makes it a lot safer if you're door knocking together with somebody else, and it also becomes a lot less confrontational for the homeowner that sees two people knocking on the door versus one person, and also makes it a lot safer when you're going and door knocking if you're two people versus one person. Okay, so and of course you can get over it faster as well. So let's role play that in terms of how it works. Knock knock.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Roxanne, and I am a local realtor in your neighborhood. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I am doing great. Thank you so much for asking. I was calling to say hello. I wanted to introduce myself, give you one of our flyers, tell you about the house down the street that we just listed, and wanted to invite you to our open house on Saturday from 1 to 3. If you or anyone that you know is interested to take a look at the place.
Oh, I would love to stop by and take a look at it. Thank you for letting me know.
All right, very good. Um, and
Pretty
just
straightforward.
very straightforward. Now I'm gonna take it one step further, and I'm gonna ask you for your information. Just in case that you would be interested in, would you mind if I give you a heads up a day before by sending you a quick text and let you know that send you a reminder about the open house a day before?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, great. What's your phone number?
Yep. 123-619-619. 4.
So there you go. I just basically got a hold of your phone number. Now,
And
what I
that's
do,
and that's a great like excuse to get their number and get their information. I mean, is
exactly.
there any other ways that you can, kind of get people's information when you're doing these door knockings?
Okay,
The
so
open house one is great, but let's say you don't have an open house.
you
What's
don't
some?
have an open house. Let's have another conversation. Knock knock.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Roxanne, and I'm with Pemberley Realty down the street, and I was stopping by to introduce myself and get to know you in case you or any of your neighbors are thinking of selling.
Okay. Thank you for stopping by.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time. And tell me, how long have you been living here?
I've been living here for like 15 years.
15 years. Wow, that's a long time. So you must really know the neighborhood.
Yep. No, like the back of my hand.
Nice. Excellent. Well, you're the one that I want to be friends with in this neighborhood.
Yep. That's a good thing.
Okay, and I didn't catch your name.
My name is Santiago.
Santiago. Okay, Santiago. Have you had any thoughts of selling?
No, not really. I've been living for 15 years, and I plan to stay here,
Got it.
for a long time.
Excellent. So what do you like about the neighborhood?
It's quiet. It's at the end of the cul-de-sac, so it's peace, quiet, and I mean I know all my neighbors, so
You know all your neighbors. Well, that's
yeah,
good. That's a great thing.
yeah.
By any chance, is there anybody you know in the neighborhood that's thinking of selling?
Not that I'm aware of. No, I don't think so.
Okay, very good. Well, would you mind if I check in time to time, since you are now my best friend in the neighborhood, and you know all the news about the neighborhood? Would you mind if I stay in touch with you from time to time and just check in and see what's the news and who might be thinking of moving?
Sure, it's okay.
Okay, what's your number?
619-123-45678.
Excellent. Okay. Well, and do you like scratchy lottos?
Do I like what?
Do you like scratchies, lottos, tickets?
Sure,
All
sure,
right. Can I send you a lotto ticket just so that you remember who I am?
sure.
Excellent. Okay. Well, now we're friends. I appreciate meeting you, and make it a great day.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Okay. So in this case, I pretty much didn't even offer anything to get your phone number, right?
Yeah.
But now you're my friend in the neighborhood, in the farm that I'm working at, and from time to time I can stay in touch with you, and you're basically my representative in the neighborhood, and you can tell me if a neighbor is thinking of selling. You become my source of referrals.
Yeah. I mean,
Easy enough, right?
yeah. I mean, and then when you're mailing them out something, you can always just throw in them some information about you too, so that they.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, it's not really it's simple stuff. The name of the game is set up relationships with people and keep in contact on a regular basis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Excellent. All right. Any other final thoughts that you think we need to share?
Uh, Not that I can come up with right now. Um, I think the farming is crucial for every agent that wants to become that go-to agent. And I mean, consistency is very important. Have your face being seen by everyone is gonna lead to more business. So very
Absolutely.
very well covered, and I think it's great for all the agents out there that want to learn a little bit more. This is one way to start. So
This is one way to start.
yeah,
Okay, so let's also put in our two plugs that if they're trying to reach out, there's my phone number. If they are trying to reach out to you, there is your phone number. Okay, and if they also want to go to our website, there is our website. Or if they want to if they're local in San Diego and want to join us, there is our website for joining our brokerage. And otherwise, they can email us or they can reach out to us on Facebook. We always appreciate a follow on Facebook or on Instagram. We always appreciate a follow on Instagram as well. And if they're watching us on YouTube, give us a
thumbs
thumbs
up and subscribe.
and subscribe so that we can bring more value to you as we are posting these videos. And thank you so much for joining us, and make it a great day, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. See you guys next week.